Squad, I'm Cadet Wilson. I'll be briefing the situation paragraph for Operation Bobcat Lightning. Our platoon, 1st Platoon Charger Company, 1-5 Infantry, has been tasked to attack and destroy Objective Phantom in order to deny enemy influence on the battalion. This mission is scheduled to occur on 30/2200 August 2024. The platoon is organized into 3 maneuvering squads with a gun team attached to 1st and 2nd Squad. 1st Squad is designated as our main effort and is tasked to attack and destroy Objective Phantom. 1st Squad's key weapon systems, along with the other 2 squads, include an M249 and an M320. Where the attached gun team is equipped with an M240 and a Javelin to support the assault. And then 2nd Squad is our supporting effort, has been tasked to conduct an ambush on Objective Reaper in order to disrupt enemy forces along Route Camaro. 2nd Squad has also been attached to gun team to further disrupt enemy movement along that route. And then 3rd Squad is a supporting effort and has been tasked to suppress enemy forces on Objective Ghost in order to deceive the enemy as to friendly composition and disposition. We, as a part of 1st Squad, are going to be the main effort, and we have a decisive role in this mission. 1st Squad is organized into 3 elements: Alpha, Bravo, and the gun team. Alpha team is tasked to attack and destroy Objective Phantom in order to deny enemy influence on the battalion. Bravo team is going to be working as a supporting effort to suppress the enemy and provide security within the objective. That's going to enable Alpha team to assault through and clear the objective. And then the attached gun team will also suppress enemy forces within the objective, further enabling Alpha team's assault. So quickly, a little concept sketch, right? So our patrol base is located to the north. We will be moving southward towards Objective Phantom along the westward side of this mountain range. And then 2nd and 3rd Squad will be moving towards the west, towards Objective Ghost and Objective Reaper along Route Camaro and near the river. So our area of operation are going to extend from 37 northing up here to 31 northing, and then from 17 easting to 10 easting. We're going to be working right here within the bounds of this mountain range to the east and this river and to the west. There are several key enemy assets that we must be aware of. So the enemy rotary wing assets consist of a platoon of Z-10K attack helicopters located near the Teton Air Base. Identification of U.S. forces at company level or higher will trigger these deployments within 30 minutes. Luckily, we'll be moving at a squad-size element, so hopefully we will not be detected by these forces. Enemy indirect fires consist of a battery of 152mm howitzers and a PP-87 system. Identification of U.S. infantry systems at squad size or greater will trigger these assets within 5 to 15 minutes. Enemy also maintains 1 reserve motorized platoon deployable within 40 minutes upon identification of friendly forces. Additionally, they possess a platoon of PG Z4 Alphas, self-propelled air defense systems, and a platoon of HQ-16 surface-to-air missiles that are deployable within 10 minutes of detection. Due to the enemy's robust close support capabilities, it's imperative that we remain undetected while we're moving towards the objective, prioritizing our concealment over our speed. However, once we reach the objective, we must execute a swift and violent operation and destroy the enemy before they can deploy reinforcements. Now I want to give you a brief terrain analysis and go over avenues of approach. So as you can see depicted on this map, there's a lot of highly restricted and restricted terrain, this mountain range being one of them, the location near our patrol base, and then also to the westward side of our AO. So along Route Camaro, additionally there are villages occupied by the enemy, terrain east of the village, again heavily restricted. There are several key civilian population zones along Route Camaro, which the enemy is using as key supply routes, right? Additionally, across the west of the bridge, there's a large urban population with an AO no slack. So the urban populations along Route Camaro, we have one here, one here, one here, and then this bridge right here with the urban population on the other side. Like I said, these are decisive because they allow for rapid movement and reinforcement and the sustainment of these enemy forces. Regarding 1st Squad's avenues of approach, we have our first avenue approach located right here, going along the mountain range. This terrain is going to be going through heavily restricted areas, and while this will slow down our movement, we are a dismounted element, which means that we can traverse while maintaining concealment, right? So the enemy has a mounted force, is not going to be able to effectively maneuver their combat service support assets through this kind of terrain. And so it's going to be more advantageous for us to take this highly restricted route because the enemy's not going to be able to access us as easily, right? we're going to be moving at a slower pace, but it's worth that trade-off, right? And additionally, we have some intervisibility lines that are going to be very, very important to us due to the screening element that is located right here by the enemy. It's going to allow us to maneuver this way without being detected. Additionally, we have two other routes which are going to go westward of the screening element, over this elevated place. It's a mountain or a hill range, and we're going to traverse over that way and down to the D objective. The enemy's avenues of approach include two likely withdrawal routes for their mortar team. Route Camaro, located several hundred meters from the objective, provides rapid access to established road networks. Additionally, the neighboring enemy squads west of Objective Phantom could quickly reinforce the mortar team if given warning. Right. So we have Objective Phantom, these two routes right here for the mortar team to move out, and then right here we have the quick access to that squad to Objective Phantom. Key takeaways, right? So the enemy's ease and access to Route Camaro, right? So the multiple nearby routes that serve there. Because of this, it's imperative that second and third squad are successful in disrupting and disabling the enemy forces to the north. Otherwise, the enemy can rapidly reinforce Objective Phantom if alerted about the main effort. Secondly, while the enemy possesses mounted units, their ability to engage us is limited within this restricted and heavily restricted terrain. So the reinforcement it reinforces the importance of concealment over speed, right, while we're moving. Although the movement will be slower, using these routes is going to significantly degrade the enemy's ability to employ these mounted assets. However, we do want to keep note that if we are detected, there are the PP-87s located down here that can be easily accessed and used by the enemy if we were to be detected. Quick weather analysis. There's two key factors that are relevant to this mission. First is the visibility, right? So due to low lunar illumination and the fact that our operation occurs at night, our slower movements are more likely to remain undetected. These conditions will degrade the enemy's reconnaissance squad's ability to identify friendly forces in the highly vegetated terrain that we'll be traversing through. Secondly, is the precipitation and cloud coverage. So these conditions are going to restrict the enemy's aviation assets that are potentially capable of being deployed should they be called and should they be triggered. They also will affect the mortar team's ability to accurately see us given the heavy precipitation. Enemy composition and strength. So the only team that we're really worried about is this platoon that they have located right here. These two are working on their own efforts, and so this group right here is the one that we're working with. More micro level view, right? So that screening element that I was discussing, located right here along this route, likely to have their weapon systems pointed towards. There's a squad here with their headquarters, another squad additionally down here, and then our main effort right here is this mortar team looking to the south. The enemy's composition, based on our intelligence, it's mortarizing infantry platoon assessed at approximately 90% or greater. We assess that each enemy squad or team has likely lost at least one PAX, but the platoon remains pretty combat effective, right? The enemy's platoon's task is to occupy and sustain control of AO Ronin in order to deny friendly infiltration, right? The enemy's first squad is occupying this village right here with headquarters. Attached key weapon systems are going to include QBZ-95, QBJY-88s, and QBU-88s. The enemy second squad is controlling the village to the north, right here, and is holding onto that Route Camaro, denying friendly infiltration there. And then the third squad is going to be locally attached to the mortar team here, a couple hundred meters away, and serving as one of our main efforts along with the mortar team. So little concept sketch again. Likely to have the screening elements likely to have their weapon systems pointed to the north in order to control this route or this road that's located going through the middle of our AO. And then additionally, the squad located near the main effort is likely to have their weapon systems strategically located there as well. So these are our three main enemy forces that we will be dealing with as first squad. So like I said, the screening element squad or reconnaissance squad located in the middle of the AO. The nearby to the west of Objective Phantom, we have another motorized squad, and then the mortar team. Our high value target there is going to be that PP-87 mortar. It's going to serve as prevention and threat to friendly operations within the AO. It's imperative that we disrupt the unit there. We're going to go ahead, for the sake of enemy analysis, assume risk and say that they are at 100% strength, despite the intelligence saying that they are at 90% or greater. We're just going to go ahead and assume, for our sake, that they have full 100% capability. Here's a little micro view again. So yeah, main effort right here is the reinforcement and or the mortar team that is serving as a reinforcement for the enemy operations located in that area. But then also to the west, we have that other additional squad, right? So there's CSK. If you can see here, there's a road that leads down to the mortar team. It's likely that they have their vehicles oriented in a way that's going to allow quick access to reinforcement. And then you can also see that this is Route Camaro. As we said, it's highly advantageous for the enemy to have control of, right? So it's likely that they have their enemy or their weapon systems pointed in security of that route. Lastly, just like a key overview, right? We discussed what the enemy's objectives were, but just to reinforce what we're going for, right? We're there to disrupt the enemy forces in AO Ronin and deny the enemy influence on the battalion. Our key tasks as friendly units are going to be to disrupt the enemy operations. We want to deny enemy uncontested use of the high-speed avenues of approach, right? So this road up here, objective or Route Camaro, and destroy the enemy forces within Objective Phantom, right? As you can see, moving down here towards Objective Phantom, evading the screening element that's located there, and also just being cognizantly aware of the fact that there are local nearby reinforcements, and just stressing the imperative success of second and third squad in order to deny reinforcement from the enemy. With that concludes my brief. Thank you.